Hi, I'm Dave and welcome back to BrenTeck IT Tech Support. Today we've got another sponsored video from Meross about their smart Wi-Fi garage door opener, and it's the MSG200. Now this is something I really wish I had a little bit earlier, because my previous smart garage door opener, which is battery powered, the battery keeps dying. It takes about a month, maybe 2.5 months at most, that the batteries last. But I do seem to be replacing them quite regularly, and so a mains powered garage door opener would be far more appealing to me, because we do use it quite a bit. But also the signal should be better with this, as well as it's got external antennas fitted to it, so it will get a stronger Wi-Fi signal as well. It supports up to 3 garage doors to open and close at the same time, although you will need an extension kit to monitor the 3rd garage door. Out of the box, it completely supports 2. It remotely controls, opens and monitors your garage door anywhere via smart voice assistants such as Lady A, Baby G and SmartThings. The built-in alarm makes it clear when the garage door is closing to keep children safe as well. It works on 2.4 GHz Wi-Fi only, which is actually a good thing, because it means it's got a further range that it can support in terms of distance from your access point or router, and it also penetrates walls better, so that's why they're doing that. And it doesn't need high bandwidth, so you don't need to go for the faster connections, you want to go for a more steady standard connection. It's compatible with over 200 brands and over 1,600 different models. It supports the latest garage door models, and as well as garage doors dating back to the 1990s. It comes with high sensitivity sensors to monitor the status of the garage door accurately. If you want to find out the compatibility, we'll put a compatibility link checker down below as well. Before we unbox it and set it up, we just wanted to let you know what we here at BrenTeck do. We provide a whole host of online, remote and on-site services, such as online backup and sync services, endpoint security for all your devices, remote support and networking management, and we do this on-site and remotely as well. For more information about us and our business, click the link below. Well, let's go on and see what's in the box. At the top we have a bunch of cables. Now this looks like it's going to be the motion sensor, because I assume that's going to be the magnet there, and then that's going to send feedback to the unit itself. Again, we have another what looks to be a position sensor, so you can tell if the garage door is open or closed. I will just try and keep these together, as which one is which may be important later. The actual unit itself, which is tiny, so that's going to be nice and neat in the garage, with its little adjustable antenna. And on the back we have your micro USB power in, 1, 2 and 3 ports for the garage doors, and I think that's probably going to be a reset switch there, and an indicator light there. No mounting hooks at the bottom, so we'll have to find a place that we can put this, or we may just have some sticky pads that we can use to stick it to the ceiling. And in our last box we have a micro USB to USB-B port cable, and our charger, and our power supply is included as well, which is nice. So that's just a standard USB power brick. We then have a little 7 things you need to know about your product booklet, English, French, your warranty booklet, and your user manual. I was just reading through the instructions before I set it up to see, do I need to set this up indoors or in the garage? And it looks like we've got to wire it all in, so we'll go to the garage to do that. And in the process, I found that we've got 2 packets of the magnet receiver and sticky pads, so that we've got one for the long cable for garage door number 2, and one with the short cable for garage number 1. Now, as we've only got one garage door, we won't be needing to use the extra long leads for the second gouge door, so we'll just be using the shorter pack, because I'm sure that's going to be long enough for our single gouge. And it's good that it does fully support 2 gouge doors out of the box, but it is designed to support a third one as well if you buy an extra kit and magnet receiver. Okay, so let's get on now and quickly set it up for you guys. Okay, before we do anything, we want to make sure that the power is off to our main unit. So we're going to turn it off there. You've seen our indicator light goes out, and unplug it as well, just to be safe. And now we can remove our bottom cover and just undo these 2 screws. Now your unit may well differ, but this is our one. And we need to look for door controls down here, and it is the IMP and common, which is the switch, I believe. So we'll need to connect it to that one and that one. Now you can test it first by shorting the 2 controls out and see what happens. Okay, to double check to make sure we've got the right place to connect it, plugged it back in and turned it on quickly, and I'm using some electrically safe pliers. I'm just going to poke it into input and common, and that's just run through the sequence, although I am blocking the sensor with this, so if I take that out we should then see it work fully. And so that's how you can just quickly test it, just with a bit of bent wire, and pop it in there. But only do that if you're sure you know what you're doing and you just want to make sure on the connections. But once you have done that, turn it off and unplug it. It is advisable though to read your manufacturer's instructions first. I was just showing you a way of testing it to double check. But do be very, very careful. If you poke it into the wrong ones, you could electrocute yourself, so be very careful on that. Okay, so now we know we've got the right ports. We can uncable tie this so we've got easier access. Although I will need to tie it back up again when it's all done. Drop that down. Now we're going to want this bit outside to connect to the unit. And this bit we just want to pop in through the grommet. It doesn't matter the polarity. This is literally just a bridging connection, so that doesn't matter. So I'm going to loosen off input and common and just push them up into there. And what that's, then do them up nice and snug. Don't overdo it, but do make it so it isn't snug and that doesn't come loose. And make sure your common hasn't come loose as well. And then we need to position that so we can have this next to it to plug the unit in. Now this isn't providing power, this is just the signal to open and close the door. But we can now close this back up as we have finished inside here. And once I've finished everything up, I'll probably just take this off and move this somewhere else in the future. Okay, we can now get ready to give the gouge door unit power, so just plug that in. And again, untwist this so we can easily get to it. I'll keep this off for now. I'll keep this turned off for now whilst we're just wiring in the sensors. Plug that into door 1. There is only one way to plug it in, so just line it up and then push it home. You can then do some cable management later, and then we'll be bringing this probably back down into our trunking to go to the bottom of the gouge door to put the magnet sensor on. Tape that to the wall there. If you want to clean the wall, use sugar soap to make sure there's no grease on the walls, or you can use rubbing alcohol if it's not a painted surface and you don't mind about the paint. But on the metal, I'm going to use some rubbing alcohol to make sure there's no residual oils to stop it from sticking. So I'll do a quick clean and then mount that to the wall. Now, I've been very lucky with our garage that we've had all the trunking already in place and it's all very neat for us. So I've just managed to run the cables down on the trunking and back up again, and it's certainly very neat. Find a good location to put your magnet onto your roller or your door to sense the closed position, and then just stick everything on with its double-sided sticky tapes, or you can use the screws to mount the sensors. Now, I think it would be quite neat if I just have it here. So that is where I am going to mount our one. And then just extend the cable and then do some cable management and tidy that up. So that's out the way. Okay, I've got my phone on now. That's all wired in. This is wired in. I may have to move out the way to get the garage door to come down, but we'll just flick that on now to power this up. And we will power on the garage door as well. So we can now see that we've got a red-green light flashing. I'm going to assume that is in pairing mode, so we'll click the add button. And garage door opener, MSG200. So single door, we put it in position 1. So they do warn you about the compatibility, but we are fine. So I'll skip that because I've done that before we ordered it and had it sent to us as the sponsorship. So we'll now connect the power supply. I've done that. We can see we have a red flashing light. So it is amber. It is flashing. I would call that. Yep, okay, when I cover it up, it does look amber rather than red. So that is an amber green flash. So it is in pairing mode. Click next. It looks like it has found it. So click connect. And it should find our Wi-Fi settings because we've already set up devices in the past. Okay, so it can be a bit glitchy connecting to its Wi-Fi and then finding your Wi-Fi networks. Sometimes it does it absolutely instantly and it's perfect. Other times you've got to come out the app, go back in the app, maybe restart your router. It's just that one bit of getting your Wi-Fi details. I wish it was better, especially if it even has the remember password bit. It should save it or just pull it straight off your mobile phone. I have an easy way to manually enter your Wi-Fi details. That's the only hiccup I found with them, is just that scanning the Wi-Fi network part. We'll click next. Now it could be my phone because it doesn't have internet access, it kicks it out and then jumps onto my house network, so it doesn't communicate properly, I don't know. But that has been an issue on occasion. Now it says congratulations, we now have a green flashing light. It says door is connected, start hardware deployment. Let's get started. Now it's telling you to wire it all in. I've already done that part, so I'll just click next. So I will now get out the way and just test that sensor and bring the garage door down. I've got to pack the camera away because obviously this is right next to the garage at this point. Yep, that's showing that the door is closed. That's showing the door is open. Yes, that works. Yes, it's less than an inch. That's good that we can have it an inch apart because I do have a set of bearings up here that might get in the way, so I want it further away from that. So that's fine. Next, 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 next. Done. So that is all good to go. Got it. So now I'll just move the camera out the way and we will try this. Okay, so hopefully we can see everything now. I've got my sensor down there and this. If I just pop it here, it should then say garage is closed. And it does say closed. So that is double checking to make sure that is working. Okay, we've got it working now. It was a bit funny at working, so what I did is I unplugged this, plugged it back in. That seemed to fix it, but also there were some other settings to check out as well. So if we come to the little settings icon at the top, click port 1, and I had to come down here and change the trigger duration to 0.5 of a second because ours is just an instant press system, so you may need to look at that. and then you can just click save on there to set that. And the opening and closing time is about 32 seconds for our particular door. And what it is that if it doesn't sense that it's closed in that time, it will then come up with a warning. So you've got that to look out for as well. You've got a fixed close time that you can add, and it will automatically close the door, which is a nice idea. In your notifications, you can then have your notifications on or off. Overnight reminders, so if the gouge is open at night at 9 o'clock, it will ping my phone and tell me, and I can make it close, which is good. And we can have the open and close notifications sent, but we'll have that for now. And an open time reminder, 15 minutes generally isn't very long for me, because if I'm doing any work, I'll actually set it to an hour. So if I've got it left open for a long time, it will remind me, which will be great for me. So I do like that. Save settings, yes. And we also have our closing alarm down here, so that will allow it to beep if it's closing. So we'll just try now with the open the door. We'll press open. We heard it all click. It clicks the relay in here, then triggers this one, which clicks the relay in there to open it. I don't know why it's sentenced to fail on that, because it clearly did open. There we go. And if I press to close, that is the warning beep. And so it just gives you a little bit of a warning. You may want that, you may not. That's very much a personal choice. And it is now sensed it's closed, got the notification it's closed, and everything has responded correctly there. So we'll just try Lady A. You need to come to Lady A to activate that and to choose a PIN number. 1, 2, 3, 4, just for now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Open garage door.
What's your voice code for garage door?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Great counting skills you got there.
Okay. Open garage door.
What's your voice code for garage door?
1122.
Opening. Hang on. The garage door is open.
That works quite well. Close garage door.
Closing. Hang on. The garage door is closed.
Okay, I'm going to stop that warning, because for me, that is just going to be an irritation. But if you've got kids, that could be very, very good to have. So you come to port 1. Closing alarm, I'll close that. And I will also turn off the open and close notifications and save that. Well, there we have it. Actually quite a nice, simple setup, and the compatibility was nice and straightforward, very simple to do. If you are unsure of doing anything with electrics, do call in a professional. So it's only to be done by someone that is competent and aware of how to do this and the dangers involved, but it is still relatively safe and simple to do. No, just have to give that warning out there, as this is YouTube, and people don't necessarily follow what to do and don't follow best safe practices. So do keep safe in putting this in, although the only bit that is at all risky is the wiring into the door sensor on your existing machine, and of course working at heights on ladders, be careful there. But nice and simple, easy, straightforward process to do. Works really well, really happy with the motion sensing as well. So glad we've got this. Wish I had this earlier, to be honest with you guys. If you do want to get yourself one, there will be a link for it down below, and hopefully we should still have that 10% discount code as well. So looking forward to hearing how you guys get on with these. Oh, that's it for now. If you did enjoy the video, do give it a good thumbs up, like, comment and subscribe. Also click that bell notification icon. If you want to support us more, we've got super thanks, PayPal donations and Patreon links down below, which would be really great. That helps us produce more videos. And that's it for now. Do love hearing from you guys, and it's always a pleasure to keep in contact with you and help you out when needed. Well, that's it for now. Take care. Have a great day. Bye for now.